Hi beauties, welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. Happy to have you. I've been wanting to do this video for like a week now, and I am just now having the time. I wanted to do this like sometime in June, but doesn't matter, here we are. I want to talk about some of the best or like my favorite products that I have tried so far this year in 2021. I don't know that all of these products necessarily came out in 2021, but they came to me in the first half of this year. So when I think of like my favorite products, how can I say this? The way that I am utilizing my makeup right now, like in my shop, my stash, makes it so I'm like hyper focused on certain products for a certain amount of time, a couple weeks. So when I'm thinking of things that are my favorites, like when they're in my stash, what am I constantly reaching for? What am I have to like tell myself to put this down, use something else, try something else. When they're not in my stash, I'm constantly thinking about them, wanting to use them. So that was kind of my thought process. I know everything is relative, and some of you are probably going to be like, girl, you're crazy. But I don't feel like I try makeup like that. I guess in relation to like the beauty YouTube space, I don't feel like I bring all that much new makeup into my space, but to the average person, I probably do. I probably have what would appear to be a problem to the average consumer, but like I said, I guess everything's relative, but let's just jump into it. I don't have like a certain number of products. I don't think I have something from like every category of makeup. I just went through my drawers, picked out things that jumped out at me as things that I really have been loving so far this year. So let's get into it. We're gonna do some swatches because swatches are always fun. Before we get started, you know what to do. Please, please, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you be a part of this little family. Like this video if you like videos like this, you like content like this, let me know. Comment down below. I love talking to you guys. What are some of your favorite products that you have tried this year? So in no particular order, let's just jump into it. I have got my Vive blushes here in front of me. Vive is a brand that I really was kind of surprised at how much I loved. Jamie Genevieve is actually a creator that I only recently discovered, like within the last year. She's lovely. She's freaking gorgeous. She started her own makeup line. They've got eyeshadow palettes, bronzers, blushes, highlights. She just came out with a liquid highlighter, a lip dew, which I want so bad. It's in my cart on Cult Beauty. I just haven't been able to pull the trigger yet. But anyway, I ordered several of her products this year. 2 blushes. I have the shade Cherub, which is this lovely pink, and I have the shade Pesca, which is my favorite, like this apricot sort of orange color. These are she calls these her sunset blushes. They are buildable. They are long wearing. I find that these, and I mentioned this in a video that I tested them out in, but I find that these actually, once they've sat on your skin, so there's Pesca up top and there's Cherub, don't let Cherub intimidate you. Don't let these pink blushes fool you. I built that swatch up, so it doesn't have to be that intense, but these have a lovely finish. They're matte. They're not glowy, not dewy, but I do find that the longer that these are on my skin throughout the day, it's almost like the better they look, like once they have time to settle in and melt in. I don't know. Maybe it's just my mind, but there is some makeup that I feel like just wears better as the day goes on. And I feel like this is one of them. But these, I was very, very surprised at how much I liked these blushes. So these have certainly been some of my favorite powder blushes. I've kind of been on a cream everything kick lately, but as far as powder goes, those have easily been some of my favorites. Bronzer. Okay, so this is actually the only bronzer I have in here, and it's a powder bronzer. However, I have tried some amazing, okay, that's a lie. I do actually have, it's technically a contour, but whatever, we'll get there. But I have tried some amazing cream bronzers and contour products this year, but they're so new to my collection that I don't know. I don't know that they're absolute favorites yet, but I'm loving the NARS cream bronzer, and I am loving my Huda Tantour. Just as a side note, but as far as powder bronzers are concerned, this is another one that kind of like blew me away because I just have not been that into or excited about or checking for powder bronzers. Like, it's been cream over here, but this Too Faced, this is their Sweetheart bronzer. This is in Sweet Tea. I'm not sure that they have other shades of this. This is actually supposed to be a luminous, it's a baked bronzer. It's supposed to be a luminous, glowy bronzer. You can kind of see the two sides there. I'm just gonna run my finger across all of it and swatch it. I'm not gonna swatch each side individually. This bronzer was recommended by Shan XO. And honestly, this swatch, hopefully you can see this, it doesn't even look like a whole lot swatched out. That's it right there. But when it's on my skin, it really, like, and you can tell there's no like glitter particles or anything in this. It just is a super nice luminous bronzer. It just gives you a beautiful, like, sun-kissed look, you know, like you just got off of the beach in the Maldives or something. It's just got a really pretty, like, vacation-y glow to it. I love it. I've worn it on its own. I've worn it layered over cream bronzers. Looks beautiful both ways. I am so glad. No scent. I thought maybe it would smell, but I'm so glad that I purchased that. I hope they don't discontinue that. Highlight. Well, this is just one of the highlights I have in here. Okay, this probably shouldn't come as a surprise to you. Okay, my Makeup by Mario. This is in Pearl. What's actually the name of this? Soft Glow Highlighter. I'm not gonna go on about this for too long, okay? Oh, first of all, it's so soft. It's so soft and satisfying. But you know how much I love this. You know how I feel about this. It just gives the most gorgeous, the most natural cliched, lit from within look. It just does. And Pearl is the perfect name. It has like the most beautiful light reflecting, like pearlescent glow. It's fantastic. It's just fantastic. Also, my Rare Beauty highlighter in their liquid luminizer, they call it. This is in Mesmerize. This was a recommendation from Julia Adams here on YouTube. This was one of her favorite highlighters. I had wanted to try Rare Beauty for a really long time. I don't really know what was stopping me, to be honest. I had put stuff in my cart several times, was never able, I just never pulled the trigger, but finally one day I watched that video. I was like, okay, let me just do it. I think I was kind of like intimidated by liquid highlighters for a while, but so this is Mesmerize here, and it's honestly, I mean, aside from being beautiful, and I know I say this all the time, and I'm sure that I probably sound like a broken record, but it just remains true that the products that I like, the products that I tend to love and want to use over and over again, are just products that you don't have to fuss with. Like, I don't want to have all kinds of like certain conditions or stipulations for a product, like, oh, I can use this when this, you know, when my skin does this, or when I'm wearing this. I just want things to work. That's all. I just want things to work, and that does. It is so absolutely easy to use. You don't need a whole lot. A little goes a long way. But I've blended it out with a sponge. I've blended it out with a brush. Works fine either way. I'm not gonna say it looks natural. It doesn't look as natural as the Make It by Mario. It is a little bit more of an intense highlight, but I still think that it doesn't look like costumey or like over the top. You know, I still think that it can look very soft and pretty. So I would love to get more of these, but who am I kidding? I don't need more. I'm so happy with the one that I have. Okay, so this is the other sort of bronzer contouring product I was talking about, the Make It by Mario sculpting stick. You already know I have it in light medium. Again, I'm not gonna go on and on about this any more than I already have, but hello, that shade is perfect. The ease of use of this product, like, is out of this world. Like, it blends like butter, like melted butter. It's so lovely. Looks beautiful on the skin. It really does look soft. You know, it doesn't look like a harsh, like a really harsh, like structured contour. You really can get it to just look soft and natural, which I think is what he was going for with this line. Like, I heard Raw Beauty Kristi say in her video that his whole, I mean, he's known for kind of like doing makeup on the Kardashians, which, you know, a lot of times is more of like the sculpted look, but he wanted to create something just for like the average person doing their makeup who doesn't necessarily do a look like that. You might still want to be contoured, but you want it to be a little bit softer and natural. And kudos, because he did. This is just perfection. Okay, face products. Again, this shouldn't surprise you. My Eavesdrop. I have 2 shades. I've got 6 and 7. I just grab whichever one out of my drawer. I kind of use them interchangeably. This is Fenty's Blurring Skin Tint that they came out with. This was this year, right? Yeah. So there is 7, there's 6. 7 is actually kind of a little bit better for me right now because I was at the lake last weekend. I have a little bit of a tan, but this product honestly does everything it claims to do. It is beautiful, beautiful, like light to medium coverage. It looks like your skin. It just perfects what's already there. I love that about it. You can throw it on its own, just very sheer layer of it. If you're just like running out of the house and you want a little something for yourself, you can go full glam with this. It wears beautifully throughout the day. I actually did like a wear test of this. It's just, again, it's just perfect. It's perfect. And I mean, look at the cute little like geometric packaging. I just love it. I just love it. Fenty remains the best. And then this, I also had to mention this foundation because this honestly was like it's been just such a surprise and such a dark horse, if you will, in my makeup collection this year. And this is the Clinique Super Balanced Foundation. I have the shade CN28. And again, I'm not going to talk about it too much because I know that I have repeatedly. This was a sample I got from Ulta earlier this year. And it's lovely. Like, this is it right here. I'm wearing it today. It is a good medium coverage. I think it looks so damn good. I love this foundation. I love the finish of it. It's not dewy. It's not matte. I think it just has a perfect, like, sort of skin-like, natural, what do they call that? Demi-matte, just a, not matte, not dewy, okay? It's like right in the middle. And it's lovely. Color match is great for me. Actually, like I said, I'm a little bit tanner now than I was, so it might be just like a smidge off right now, but once I lose this tan again, it's gonna be absolutely perfect. Moving on, I'm fairly certain I got this in 2021. I didn't go back and check my orders, but I'm pretty sure I got this in 2021. My Pat McGrath, this probably has some long name. Let's see. Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. And I have it in light, which is like white. I think there are other shades than this, but it's white. She's white. But like once it's on your skin, I don't know what kind of magic is in this, okay? I don't know what kind of like spell was put on this, but that does something to your under eyes that I cannot explain other than it makes them look airbrushed. I mean, and let's be honest, I don't have, as I've mentioned before, I don't have a ton of issues with my under eye. I mean, I am 36, so I do have fine lines, and I have fine lines out here on the outer portion of my eye, so you know, manage your expectations a little bit with products like this. Like, it's not getting rid of my fine lines. Like, my fine lines are there, but it definitely helps. Definitely helps. This is one of the best under eye setting powders I've ever tried. Base, you already know, okay? You already know, y'all. I had to mention this. The Auric Glow Lust. I have two. I just grabbed the one that was right here in my stash. This is Selenite. I also have Morganite. And I'll just blend this out for you. I mean, look at that. It is, I'm beating a dead horse at this point, okay? Follow Auric, watch for their restock, and get you one of these. Just get one. The shade range is fantastic. The packaging is like luxe, okay? It's glass, it's frosted. The lid is like, that sucker is staying on there. You're not gonna lose any product. I mean, I use this as, it's called like an illuminator. I have used it like as a primer, as a base. Sometimes I'll use it just on my eye area, not my whole face, just to kind of brighten things up. You can use it as a highlighter. You can put it on top of your makeup. It's just so good. It's just so good. This is probably like the most, I would say probably the most like natural looking highlight that I have, if that's something you're looking for. And also, there's so much product in this. This is 1.18 fluid ounce. Like, you're not gonna run out of this. You're just not. Not for a long time. Okay, lastly, let's talk about eyeshadow, okay? I just wanna say that the amount of eyeshadow that has come into my possession this year has been obscene, okay? It's only been 6 months. I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I haven't even used yet, that are just sitting in my room, sitting in my collection, just waiting for me. But, so I just had to mention 2 things that, again, have just really like stolen the show for me. 2 things that I just want to use all the time. And look, you already know. I already want to like pull this back into my stash and use it. I don't know what to say other than it's just perfect. Like, so much dimension in this palette. I mean, it's so aptly named. There's so much depth just within like these neutrals. The cream shadows are amazing. I've talked about it. I've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. Okay, let me just show you these swatches. Okay, there's some of the swatches. That's one of the creams. That's one of the shimmers, and then a couple mattes there. I just love the different textures. I love the different tones. Like, you have your light shades. You have, I mean, this is like a reddy brown. You have your deep, rich, like chocolate brown. Look, it's wonderful. It really, really is a wonderful palette. I'm glad that I purchased it. I'm glad to have it. Do you need it? That's up to you. That's up to you. I don't know. I don't know your finances. I don't know your situation. I know that palette was not like cheap. So you do what's best for you, but I'm super glad I have it. Now this monstrosity here, okay, my Give Me Glow. So I actually, these down here, this portion, that's my Give Me Glow shadows, okay? That's specifically what I want to talk about, but I did go through the other Z palette type things I had, and I just moved everything in here. I figured if I'm gonna have this big ass palette, I might as well just put some more stuff in here. I actually did just order some singles from JD Glow, so I'll put those in here when they get here too. But the Give Me Glow singles, well, I mean, as with the Give Me Glow palettes that I have, are beautiful. I did a get ready with me with some of these. I'm not gonna swatch all of these, even though I want to. So this is a foiled pressed pigment. I used this in a get ready with me, so, but I just have to show you again. First of all, I barely touched that, okay? What? Let's watch some other fun ones here. What did I get? Which one is this? Hold, please. Spring Fling. There's that. Spring Fling has a little bit of a flip to it. What's this? Oh, okay, we swatched that already. I've already swatched the mint shadow for you. Let's swatch this purple, because these purples are incredible. We have Pretty Little Lilac. They're just so, like, they're so soft and creamy. I just love them. I love them. I love them. This is a formula that I would definitely recommend using like some sort of shadow primer, glitter glue, pigment glue, whatever you have. I would use, like, spray your brush, just because they are a little bit like thicker, some of them, and just to prevent any type of fallout, I always use a glue, some sort of like adherent on my eye. Okay, let's swatch this one too, because it's just so pretty. It's called Buffy. And how like deep and gorgeous is that? I just love these. Like, I have had so much fun playing in these, like picking them out on the website. She has so many, like a ton of single shadows, different formulas. I've just enjoyed those, that's all. And I think that's it. I think that is all of my products. I didn't even count. I don't know how many that is, but those are just the things, you know, at first glance that I knew, like, yes, I need to talk about this. I've loved this. So that's what's kind of, you know, in rotation, in my favorites rotation so far. We'll see what the second half of this year holds. We are officially closer to Christmas than not, and that's wild. That's wild. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you've made it this far, again, please like and subscribe. It really does mean a lot. It does. I get super excited seeing new subscribers, seeing new commenters. I just love it. I love this little space of the internet here. But until next time, you guys, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.